Well, hello once again, everyone. This is Bob Martin, the RCSubGuy with the Nautilus Dry Docks. Got a project to share with you. It's one you've seen before, or at least similar. This one's done a little bit different, and irregardless, I still want to share it with you. It's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at my friend, Humpty. So Humpty is, for all intents and purposes, version 5.0 of our big RC Shark product line. Now this really isn't a product that I'm like offering for sale, but when people really want one and they're willing to pay for it, I build them. So this is 4-foot great white shark, fully remote controlled, diving, ready to threaten swimming pools, ponds, lakes, wherever you want to take him. Basically, this is a resin shell body, and it's done in a sort of a modular fashion, just like all the other ones that I've built. So we got our main body, removable pectoral fins, and removable tail. And it's really designed for the ultimate in simplicity of operation and maintenance. So let's take a look at how Humpty goes together. So the first thing that you need to take a look at here, and this is the magic of these sharks, is how these tails move. It's all free rotating. They're not actuated. They're not servo controlled, and it is not how the shark is propelled. To take the tail off for transport or access, for maintenance and repairs, you just pull that pin. And now we've got access to the mounting bracket in there and the interior of the tail section. And this is all removable as well. You could, in theory, break this down into its individual components as well. The other thing to note is these pectoral fins here. They're held on with a stainless steel bolt. You can see that right here. And the reason we have that is so that you can adjust the angle of these pectoral fins, and that'll change the dynamics of the shark as it moves through the water, make it easier or harder to dive. I guess in theory, you could make one down and one up and have them roll. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can at any rate. But the big thing is these are removable, so you can just pop these fins right off again. Makes things really easy for maintenance, for transport, and for storage. All right, we're taking a look at Humpty's belly here, and this is how you get access to the interior of him so that you can get the battery out, charge the battery, check the waterproof box for any leaks and that sort of a thing. Stainless steel bolts and a standard number 3 Phillips. Just to lift it up and take it off. You can see everything is wet because we just finished Humpty's inaugural test. Taking a look at the components here, let's start. We got some bright red LED lights, and if I just turn this on, you can see that. And you'll notice, in order to do that, I just tickled him under the chin. There's a little waterproof switch in there, and that's how you turn Humpty on and off. We have these propulsion chambers in here, and these big thrusters basically pressure up these chambers, and then the water is expelled from these gills at about 40 degrees, and that is how you have propulsion and turning. We've got a pair of waterproof electronic speed controllers that power these brushless motors. There is a fuse box in here, a waterproof fuse enclosure, 15 amp rating. So if for whatever reason he were to, exceed the current draw that he would normally do, you just pop this out and you can swap the fuse out. Right in the middle is the waterproof box in there. And the only thing in there is the throttle jockey, which controls the linking of the left and right thrusters, and receiver, 75 megahertz. And then in the belly right here, you can see the big sealed lead acid battery pack. Talking about the sealed lead acid battery, the best thing to do to get that out if you need to, you can reach in from the back or from the front, there's a Velcro strap that holds it in place. You undo that, drop it down, you can pull the whole thing out for charging. So while Humpty is very, very low maintenance, it is absolutely imperative that at least a couple of things are done after every run. Obviously, you're going to flip him over, open him up, check that waterproof box for any sort of leaks. I've had him in the pool for about half an hour, not so much as a drip or a little bit of fog of condensation, so it is completely intact and leak-free. And then, of course, the other thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you charge up that sealed lead-acid battery to its fullest extent to get ready for your next run. Control of Humpty is handled through this low-frequency 75 megahertz radio system. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And what you'll see, obviously, is a voltage reading right on the front there to show you that we're charged up. And then we can turn Shark on. You're going to listen for the power up confirmation beeps. And that's it. So now, using this stick forward, backward, left and right, you can control the thrusters. And I'll put the camera in there so you can see them in operation. So, like I said before, those two thrusters handle the propulsion and the turning. And the way that you really make the shark look realistic is you give it a little bit of forward and then alternate left and right. It's as easy as that. Getting the hang of diving and operating a shark is really, really easy. So this is the big sealed lead acid battery that powers Humpty here, and you've got two power leads on the inside that connect to the spade terminals on the top. The negative terminal is completely fine to keep in the wet. The positive, though, while it will work just fine, if you want to avoid, that green corrosion that ends up coming on there when you run these in the wet, just put a little dollop of grease on there, and that'll allow you to make and break those connections, but it'll also protect that metal from corroding when you run it in the wet. So while Humpty is manufactured from high-strength 3D printed resin, it is not the kind of thing that you want to go driving headfirst into the side of a swimming pool or submerged rock. It will break, crack, and shatter if you're mean enough to him. So during operation, just watch what you're doing, be nice to Humpty, and he'll treat you well too. Well, I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of Shark 5.0, affectionately referred to here at the dry docks as our friend Humpty. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I'd love to hear from you. You can always email me anytime, bob@nautilusdrydocks.com. It'll be a lot faster than waiting for me to respond to a comment. And by all means, please, if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe. Helps us out here at the Dry Docks a lot. With that, I'm going to let you go. You have an awesome rest of your day, and catch you next time.